Hello everyone, Unknown Reefer here, bringing you another video, first one for quite a while. And as the title of the video suggests, why am I going a bit soft? Now, this tank's been running probably near on 18 months, I suppose now. Still very happy with the tank and the equipment and everything like that. The only thing that's changed is I have a lot of work responsibilities now. Out of the country, so I just don't have the time to be quite as hot on the maintenance as I should be to keep proper stony corals. As you can see, I've got some diaph. I'm doing this without a filter today, just to show kind of what it is to my eye. So yeah, I'm getting a bit of diaph on the stony corals. Now, I am dosing Salifrate all in one, so it's not my levels of alk or anything like that. It's purely my phosphate goes up. I'm doing a little bit of no-pox, so I've got refugium, got a skimmer, I've got a filter roller, but I just cannot keep on top of the pox. Now I could maybe have a few less fish in it. It's quite well populated, but if I was doing proper maintenance and doing decent sized water changes every week, it wouldn't really be a problem. It's purely the amount of time I get to do maintenance on the tank. I did set this tank up with the idea of it being as easy as possible because of my work commitments. But then I stupidly got attracted by lots of stony corals. So, what do I mean by going a bit soft? Well, my acans, or whatever they're called nowadays, are still going strong. This orange one, which is my favourite, was 2, maybe 3 heads when I put it in this tank, and that's constantly grow new heads. Same, this one's about 3 or 4, this one's about 3 or 4. So my stony ones are quite happy. This tracky, although it's lost a bit off this corner, which I don't know if there was something nibbling on it, but it seems to puff out quite nicely, seems quite happy. And so the Ophelia at the back is fine. They're all going well, they're all going good. It's just the little bits of stony corals, and even this Monty that was actually doing quite well even last week has suddenly decided it's not going to do so well. So I'm now going to go more for the LPS, like the Ophelia and the acans. Mushrooms. You can actually get some really nice colourful mushrooms that are really easy to grow, and they're dirt cheap as well. So, I mean, don't be put off by just having a softy tank and having mushrooms, because you can have some quite nice, just soft corals. These orangey mushrooms in particular, when the blue lights are on in the evening, they look really good. I might even do a video of soft corals in blue light at some point. Yeah, these clove polyps, a lot of people say they're a weed, but I quite like the way they give movement in the tank, if I'm honest. There's a couple of the ones that have got the bits of green in them as well. So, as long as I keep an eye on them, keep them kind of isolated on rocks and see they're not popping up where they're not wanted, I think they're okay. And just generally polyp things. I think this was about 15 quid, that colony of polyps. And again, it's nice and green when the blues are on. If my camera will focus. It's nice and green. Adds a bit of colour to the tank, does give a little bit of movement, so I don't mind. There was a bit of an offshoot of the rock, so I've put some of those there as well. So, yeah, and these are some other quite nice orangey polyps. Although I had intended to maybe do a few stony corals, I am going for easy life at the moment. I've also deliberately not cleaned the sand bed before doing this video, just to show you it's about a week's worth of some algae, maybe with diatoms, because of my phosphate levels. But I'm probably just going to go, again, easy route, and I'm going to get sand sifting goby to keep on top of those. Also, GSP. I know a lot of people say it's a weed. I think it looks quite cool. It's really, really bright under the blues. Again, dirt cheap. I think that was about 10 quid, but it's already grown loads since I got it a couple of weeks ago. So I'm quite happy for that to grow over that entire rock, because let's face it, most of the people that will come around your house and look at your tank will look at the fish, and they might like the colours of the corals, but they don't know what's a hard coral, what's a soft coral, what's hard to keep, what's not. So, you know, family and friends coming around the house, if they come round and that entire rock is bright green because of the GSP over it, they'll be impressed anyway. So yeah, as I say, I've got all the same filtration. It's just water changes. I was using local seawater, but because the local water authority keeps dumping sewage into the water every time there's a little bit of rain, and we've had never-ending rain at the moment, I'm not risking it. There was actually some fish washed up dead on the beach the other day, so I don't know what they're putting in the seawater, but I'm not risking putting it in this tank. So I am back to mixing, which, although it's easy, it does take a bit more time than 20 minutes collecting 100 litres down the beach. So it's another reason for the lack of water changes. It's just the time. I'm going to keep trying some more no-pox just to see how I go. I might try and get another refugium light to really grow a chaser and the refugium. Might even try some other types in there. But at the moment, the fact that I've got all of these bits of SPS, again, that was 3 heads. That's got to be about 8 or 9 at least, if not 10 heads. And yeah, that frog spawn was probably the size of that chromis when it went in there, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. So I know I can grow softies. I know I can grow cool looking LPS. So I think that's going to be what I'm going to go for. Just try and make my life as easy as possible, really. So hopefully that gives a bit of an insight into the tank. Any questions? Pop them down below.